Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs. Welcome to the Chi Show. I'm Chi, bringing you some gaming news and stuff. I'm shooting this on my phone because I'm still not feeling too great, and I wanted to make a video for you guys really quick. But because I'm not feeling good, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time to make the video, so decided to go ahead and shoot it on my phone. I'm only going to talk about a few things. The first being that Final Fantasy 14 Realm Reborn has a release date of August 27th. There's a collector's edition, and you can pre-order. The pre-order gives early access to the game and a few in-game items, I believe. And the collector's edition gives you like an art book, a soundtrack, 5 art cards, obviously the game, security token, and a Blu-ray showing events leading up to the Realm Reborn aspect. The collector's edition will be $79.99. The normal edition will be $39.99, so it's actually pretty cheap if you just want to get the normal edition. The game looks pretty good. I don't expect it to be a super big, huge game, which might mean Square Enix might call it a failure, but it does look pretty good. If you are signed up for the beta and everything, the third phase of the beta will begin in June, so look forward to that one. I'm going to talk about some Sony stuff real quick. Forgive me for the coughing. Daniel Loeb, which is a billionaire investor in Sony, owns something like $1.1 billion worth of stock, and it's like their largest investor. He suggested recently that Sony split their entertainment and electronics divisions away from each other, split the entertainment off from the company. And recently, Kazurai said it's something that they're considering, they're talking about it in the board meetings and stuff. So we'll have to see how that one pans out. It could possibly make sense for Sony, but at the same time, I personally do not think that is a good decision for Sony to do, because if they can actually refocus their company, that's what will give them an edge over companies like Nintendo and Microsoft. Well, not so much Microsoft, but really over Nintendo, is having that large electronics pool to pull from. The other thing is, with the PS4, they are pushing for 60 frames per second, 1080p for all their games, so that's pretty good news. Hopefully that comes to pass. In regards to that, there's a lot of talk about the graphical difference between the PS4 and the Xbox One, and how it's not, on paper anyway, quite as powerful of a GPU. To compensate for that, or what Microsoft is hoping will help compensate from that, is the cloud, how they're going to be able to take and offload computations and such to the cloud. In fact, Jeff Henshaw, who is the Group Program Manager of Xbox Incubation and Prototyping, I had to read that because it's a really long title there. It said that when you get an Xbox One, you'll actually, because of the cloud, have the power of 3 Xbox Ones through the cloud and everything. So if that's the case, that's actually really good news, though that's an iffy, because if you don't have internet connection, you're stuck with whatever's in your box, or if your connection goes out, etc., etc. So it's good news, but it's slightly, yeah. They also recently filed for a patent, Microsoft, as a patent to give you television achievements. Like when you're watching a one-time event like the Super Bowl, you'll get an achievement for watching the Super Bowl. If you watch the entire series of a show, you'll get an achievement for watching the entire series. There's something it'll help encourage people watching TV, which will help encourage ad revenue, etc., etc. Pretty much it's just another way to hook you into something. And I doubt really, we all generally love TV, so I doubt that many of us really need more incentive to watch TV, but it's an interesting thing that they're working on. Also, more Xbox One stuff. The Xbox One will feature a proprietary headphone or chat port, so current headsets will not work with it. So if you got a really expensive, awesome, badass headset, it will not function with the Xbox One. Related to that is Microsoft has tapped Turtle Beach to do their Xbox One headset, so those should be heading out around the time that the Xbox One hits out. So at least if you are a fan of Turtle Beach, you can grab one of those. I know some people aren't a big fan of Turtle Beach. Hopefully the other companies won't be too far behind. Another cool aspect that was mentioned about the Xbox One is it's going to be able to talk to you. It may not be able to at launch, but eventually it will be able to talk to you. Like if you're in a room and the recognize, like you're in a room with a bunch of people and the Kinect doesn't recognize someone, the Xbox will ask, who is that person? I don't recognize them, and then they say their name, and it'll save that information so it'll know them and everything, and it, kind of like Siri does with the iPhone. It'll have that kind of communication with you, which is pretty cool. The other thing dealing with that is you'll be able to do remote play with Skype and everything. Like if you're having problems in a game, it'll ask you if you want to Skype someone and let them take over, and they'll be able to take over, and you'll both be able to end it with a push of a button or whatever. So that's that remote play functionality that we also heard Sony talk about in their press event. So Microsoft you'll be able to do it on the Xbox One as well through Skype, which is pretty cool. And the not so cool news, indie developers will not be able to self-publish on the Xbox One, like at all. You'll have to go through Microsoft Studios or through a third party, which is what they have to do right now with the Xbox Live Arcade. They still have to get third party people and everything. They have the indie version where they can, but it's not as profitable, and there's no idea what's going to happen to it, seeing as this set of X and A tools, which every game on there has to use, is going to be the last set. So it seems like it's going to be going bye-bye. So at least in that category, Sony, especially like when dealing with indies, Sony is trouncing Microsoft in that area. If you're big into indies, you'll probably want to pick up the PS4. At least that's how it seems right now. The last things I'm going to talk about are Halo related. I didn't really talk about it, though I showed a picture of the Halo TV series that was announced during the event. It's going to be directed by Steven Spielberg, and it is currently in early production. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, a Halo TV series could be really cool, but it could kind of suck too. I don't know. So we'll have to see how that goes based on previews later on. Also, Halo Boot Camp was listed with a Korean ratings board recently, but it's not related to Xbox One or the Reclaimer trilogy, which is the second trilogy. It's another project that they're doing, and they're going to announce details about later. So we'll have to listen out for that one as well. That's pretty much all I have, guys. You can click annotations up here to watch previous news videos, which should be the Xbox event details stuff. You can click over here to watch Kono and myself play some games. You can click down there to like and subscribe, which is greatly appreciated. You can also leave me comments about what you think about, wow, that was a weird sentence, about what you think about the Xbox One cloud expansion abilities, where 3 for 1, or about the voice-like communication, the Siri-like communication. And I will see you guys next week.